For more than 100 years, we've found the can in people who can't.
We've nurtured the abilities of people with disabilities.
We treated the young and the old,
the strong and the weak,
the wounded warriors and the weekend warriors.
This has been our constant present.
And now our future will be constantly shaped by our past.
Every patient,
every visit,
every plan of care
will produce data from the profession for the profession.
This is the start of a new era.
This is the bridge to our potential.
This is the Physical Therapy Outcomes Registry.
Hello, I'm going to be doing my presentation over the exosuit. It's a mechanical suit that you wear around your body. It has optimized support. It gradually increases as the user lifts his arms and becomes near zero when the arms are lowered, allowing people when wearing it to stretch or be able to increase mobility when using it. The suit is lightweight, said to be around 10 pounds when it's released. It's also rollable as well. It can be worn everywhere. This machine in the near future will provide power and torque to critical body parts. It will be able to provide people to carry hundreds of thousands of pounds with no stress of the body, so you'll be able to lift weights with it and stuff with no issues. One thing that's important is that it will absorb shocks and vibrations from falling afar or running long distances without causing stress to your knees or your joints of your bodies. You won't feel anything at all. Now I have a video that will show you a little bit more background information about it.
Well, first I have to I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and I'll tell you why that's important, is that this technology, this is exoskeleton technology, and it was born out of Professor Hamayoun Kazerouni's Human Engineering and Robotics Lab out of the University of California at Berkeley. And it started in 2010 with he and his graduate students started working on it, and there are two sides of the company. One is the medical side, one is the industrial side. They started working on it in 2010. We incorporated the company in 2014. And so what we're going to do is we're going to show you the medical exoskeleton and then a little bit of the industrial one. So Rahid is going to show you the medical exoskeleton. So go ahead. The company is in Emeryville, just across the bridge. And so this is for a completely paralyzed person. There are about 10,000 spinal cord injuries every year in the United States and 3 million wheelchair users in the United States, about 800,000 stroke victims every year. And so this exoskeleton has two versions. One is completely adjustable for the Rehab Institute, and the physical therapist can, with an application, control the device for gait therapy and for rehabilitation of someone. And then a customized version can actually be taken home with that person. Now, this isn't on the market yet. Our version, we're in the FDA regulatory path. We are doing clinical trials in January, and then we expect to have our FDA clearance in early 2018. So that's the medical exoskeleton. And we also have an industrial exoskeleton, which is equally as exciting. Chase is our head of sales, and he's going to demonstrate a little bit about what the industrial exoskeleton can do.
So starting in 2010, we've been to job sites around the world: construction, shipbuilding, logistics, aerospace. And so this is, we call it the MAX, Modular Agile Exoskeleton. So it is comprised of 3 different components. So we have an arm exoskeleton, we call it the Shoulder X. And what this is doing is providing support at my shoulder joint. So up to 15 pounds per arm. So, let's say that I was a mechanic and I'm working overhead, or I'm a welder and I have to hold my weld. This is basically supporting my arms for an infinite time. and I can easily move around, and it's not inhibiting any movement. We also have the back X, which these can be worn together. So the back X, we're working with airline baggage handlers who move about 20,000 pounds of luggage per 8-hour shift. And so what it's doing when I go to pick up a box, it's taking about 30 pounds of force off my back. So any pick and place operations that you could think of is an application that we're looking at. And then the last module is the leg X. And so this is supporting me when I squat. So I like to think of it as a slingshot. When I go to squat down, it's taking all my weight on the device. And then when I come back up, it's providing, it's giving it back to me. So that's one feature. And then we also have the chairless chair mode. So now I can sit, and it's holding my weight completely. And those are the 3 different aspects that you could wear them just by itself or together.
So about 90% of the worker injuries are at one of these 3 joints, the shoulders, the lower back, or the knees. And so this not only prevents injuries, but it also enhances their capabilities because it allows them to pick up things that they might not otherwise. And it also makes them less fatigued during the day so that by the end of the day, they are less tired. And if you're less tired, you'd be more productive. And one of the things that has been what we call the competitive advantage of our company is we're trying to make these as accessible as possible. If you look at the medical exoskeleton, there are a few other exoskeletons on the market, and they range in price between $75,000 to $120,000 for a model. And we're expecting this to go on the market at about 1/3 of the most cheapest one. So we really are targeting to make this accessible for people that actually need it. And the same thing with the industrial exoskeleton. We have worked very hard to make it as modular as possible so that we can take them apart. Even on the medical exoskeleton, it's designed so that a person can wear it in their wheelchair, and they can put it on and take it off themselves without having to have someone else to assist them, which is really important in terms of independence. If you're going to drive somewhere, you don't want to have someone else need to be there in order to get you into your device. And so the person can detach the legs and put them in the back seat of the car, and then when they get where they're going, they just strap it on themselves. As I said, we expect to go to market with the medical exoskeleton in early 2018 once we have FDA regulatory clearance. But the industrial exoskeletons, we're actually launching those next month. And so they'll be available to many different industries. We've gone to airlines for airline baggage handling. In fact, we are doing a demonstration today on airline baggage handling later this afternoon. Construction companies are really interested, utility companies, mining companies. It's just, we are targeting about 12 different industries, and we think that we are just at the beginning of making workers more productive. Also, if you look at Japan, we've done some studies in Japan where the average construction worker is 52 years old in Japan. And so when you look at how quickly you can recover from an injury, and you're wanting to prevent injuries, you can't always do the things when you're 52 as you could do when you were 22. And so it's going to be very important to be able to protect workers, make sure they're safe. So we're going to be over in the Innovations Lab for the whole day. I would really encourage you to come and see us. We can tell you more detail about how the medical exoskeleton works and how it is that we can make it for 1/3 the cost of other people. And if you'd like to try on the industrial exoskeleton to see what you can actually enhance yourself with, we'd be happy to let you try it on. So thank you very much.
One main thing for my future career is giving back someone the use of their legs. For example, this technology will give them back the freedom to use their legs again with a restoration of motor loss due to injury or accident. I, as a future physical therapist, can show people with these issues how to use the exosuits and give them something to look forward to in their lives again. Give back their legs and stuff. The exoskeleton can also be applied in the area of rehab of stroke or spinal cord injury patients. Today, there's a replica of the exosuit called the Step Rehab Robots. But the exoskeleton, in my opinion, can help reduce the number of therapists, whereas several are currently needed in that current field. How I would be using this technology is, as a physical therapist, I would help people and show them how to use the exosuit, give them a demo, show people around the world possibly how to use the exosuit. Show them how to put it on. How does it help you? And just overall how to use it in that particular way. I would use it to get faster and stronger. It'd be kind of cool to have an exosuit on you, not all the time, but just present when I'm walking, so you don't hurt my joints and stuff like that all the time. Possibly use it on a football field too, because that'd be cool to use as well too. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching.